Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about excuse busting and being an excuse buster. We live in a world that's very negative, unfortunately, and if we let it affect us, it can really bring us down, right? So when we joined Scentsy, whether it was a month ago or a year ago or 6 years ago, we joined for a reason and we had excitement. But fear, doubt, the naysayers, they all start creeping in, and we start thinking that we cannot do it. We start thinking that we are incapable. We start thinking that we do not deserve success. And so we start making all these excuses as to why we can't do it, right? We start telling ourselves, oh my gosh, well, I can't do it because, I work 40 hours a week or, 40-hour plus, or I can't do it because I have little kids, or I can't do it because I'm just not smart enough. Like, we hear all these excuses that to other people might not even make sense, right? To our best friend, they might be like, what are you talking about? You're the smartest person I know. But before I get into like helping you guys dig deep, I'm going to tell you where I kind of learned to be an excuse buster. And I still fight with myself. Sometimes I still have to battle through it. It's not something that you're just going to learn and you're going to be like a diva at excuse busting. But it does get easier, and you get to recognize when you're making excuses or when it's something that is for real. Backtrack to July 2015, I was in Vegas at SFR with my husband and my little one, and I was 5 months pregnant. And they announced the incentive trip. It was to Disney World, you guys. I mean, hello. You guys know I'm a huge, huge Disney fanatic. And this was like staying at one of the highest resorts. They were going to have like character breakfast. They were going to have private shows. It was like a 4-day pass, and you could earn it up to the whole family. So I was like super excited. I was like, we're going to earn this trip. We're going to do it. And then I came home and I worked out my plan, and life happened. Okay. First month came, I fell a little bit short on the points that I thought I was going to be able to get. Second month came, felt a little bit short. Third month came, I was trying to catch up. Fourth month came, I was giving birth to my son. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't understand how Scentsy thinks that we can earn these trips when we're having kids. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, there's just no way that we can do this. There's no way that I can earn a trip when I'm having a kid. I had to take a month off, right? I can't do events. I can't do parties. I have a newborn. All these reasons why we cannot do it. Well, January comes around, and two of my friends, Christina Stainbrook and Kimberly Polita, which if you guys don't know who they are, they're amazing YouTube rock stars that I've been able to meet at events. Super, super amazing mentors, earned the trip. Not for themselves, but for their entire family. And guess what? Christina had a baby in October, and Kimberly Polita had one in November. You guys, I shortchanged myself. I put excuses into play instead of looking for a way to make it happen. The trip, I could have earned it. But because life came along and it got a little bit hard, and I didn't want to step out of my comfort zone, I told myself, I can't. I can't because of this. I can't because of that. And we do that all the time to ourselves. We shortchange ourselves because of fear, because of doubt, because of what people are telling us day after day after day. I have had loved ones tell me, you can't earn trips, Liz. You can't be a director. Like, you have little kids. You have a husband. Your husband works long hours. Like, it's really hard for you to do that. Guess what? After that experience, I said, I'm going to prove people wrong. I am going to earn the trips. I'm going to become a director. I'm going to get to the top of the company because I can and because I deserve it. So from my experience, what I want you guys to see is that we do this to ourselves all the time. And then we see people that do what we want to do, and we say, oh, it's because, she has an amazing YouTube channel, or it's because, she has a team size of like 300. You guys, guess what? The people that are getting things done, the people that are moving up the compensation plan, the people that are building their teams, it's not because they are more deserving or more talented or anything more than what we are. It's because they are willing to put in the work. They have heard more no's than what we have heard. They have gotten up earlier. They have gone to bed later. They have done more events or more parties because they are willing. Now, there's a big difference between circumstances and excuses. Circumstances are things that you are going through, whether temporary or permanently, like you work full time, you have a kid, you have a part-time job, you are going to school. Those are your circumstances. Excuses are the reasons that we put into place, whether we're using our circumstances or not. So for example, I can use my kids as an excuse. That's my circumstance. Yes, I am a mom. I have 2 little ones. But do I use them as an excuse, or do I work around my circumstance? Do I wake up before they wake up to work my business? Do I work my business while they're napping? Do I ask someone to take them on a play date so that I can work? That's working around my circumstances. That is busting through my excuses, because I can use my kids and my husband and everything that's going on with me. I can use that all day long to not work my business. You guys, our business is amazing. It's a great blessing, but it's hard work. We are dealing with people. We are dealing with having to do everything ourselves, because we are our marketing department. We are our HR department. We are our, not shipping, but like our, separating and bagging up orders and everything. Like, we are everything in our business. So we have to buzz through these excuses and determine what is our excuses, right? So how do we determine that? Well, try to pick a pattern, and you have to be very honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You can lie to yourself all day, and the only person you're hurting is yourself. Like, I sometimes can see a pattern in people, and I'm like, yeah, you're telling me that you're trying everything, but I can tell you're not. I have seen people that they are like, they want to make it work. They try something and it fails. They'll ask me for something else. They'll try that, it fails. But guess what? They'll find something that will work. And then they'll take that and they will work so hard at it, because it will work, that they will achieve success. There's other people that nothing seems to work. Nothing that we tell them, nothing that's working in our business seems to work for them. To me, and I'm not trying to call them a liar, because that's not what I'm saying. It's, to me, I'm like, are you really trying? Or are you saying you're trying? Because it might be something like, in the 6 years that I've been with Scentsy, I've done maybe 10 home parties. I love home parties, but it doesn't come easy for me to get a home party. Doesn't mean I don't try, because I'm still getting home parties here and there, but I just might not have as many home parties as other people that it comes easier to them. Maybe their customers like to gather together. My customers are more fast-paced. They want a basket party to take, or they want a Facebook party. Like, it also depends on our customer base, right? But are we gonna bust through our excuses, or are we gonna let them tie us down? Now, I told you guys to get a paper. If you can't write down, that's fine. You can do it mentally. And I've done this before, so some of you guys might know this exercise, but a lot of our excuses start with, I can't recruit. I can't book parties. I can't be a good sponsor. I can't get sales. And then it's followed by something like, I can't get sales because, nobody wants to buy from me. Or I can't recruit because nobody wants to join my team. Or I can't move up the compensation plan because my team doesn't do anything. Well, what we're going to do today is I want you to write down all those I can'ts that you tell yourself on a daily basis. Write down those I can'ts. And then after you're done with that list, you are going to write I can, because you can do this. You can achieve success. You can build your business. You can build your team. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen like on a month-to-month basis, but you can do it if you think you can and you bust through your excuses. Okay? So, for example, I told myself for a really long time, oh, I can't succeed with Scentsy because my sponsor doesn't reach out to me. Well, guess what? I can, because my success is not dependent on somebody else's success, on somebody else reaching out to me, on somebody else working their business or not working their business. I work my business. So I had to really sit down with myself and say, okay, what can I do to work my business? You guys, I have seen early mornings. I have seen late nights. I have seen times where I have been crying on my husband's lap because nothing that I'm doing is working. But I do not give up. I don't give up to the naysayers. I don't give up to my excuses. Why? Because I know that life is hard, and I know that I'm running a business. I'm not running a hobby. I'm not just doing this for fun. This is a business. And I sit down and I think, okay, well, you know, when Target was opened, they probably went through ups and downs. When Apple was opened, he probably went through ups and downs. You guys, a business is hard work, but it is really rewarding. Okay. Now, one thing that I love to do, and I learned this from Jill McCarthy. She's an amazing, like motivational type speaker. She does a lot of trainings on Facebook. She has like a social media group and stuff, but she also does a lot of like motivational things. And she talked about having your, what are they called? I've completely lost my train of thought. They're called, I don't know, I forgot what she calls them, but it's basically like you pick a couple of things that you're going to tell yourself over and over and over for a couple of days, right? Because our brain tends to think what we tell it to think. So if we have someone that's constantly telling us, you're not good enough, you can't do this, guess what? We start to believe it. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. It could be coming from our mom. It could be coming from our spouse. It could be coming from our kids. We are going to believe it if we hear it over and over and over. So now you got to rewind that on your head. You got to tell yourself, well, I am good enough. I can do this. I tell myself all the time, like I said before, I'm shy. You guys, I am not shy. I am not shy. I love the spotlight. I am not going to lie. I look forward to presenting at Scentsy's family reunion one day. I look forward to being a breakout speaker at World Tour one day. I look forward to doing events. So that I am shy, no, that is my excuse to not tap the lady in front of me at the grocery store and offer her a sample, because I'm scared of the no. I'm scared of the rejection. It's not that I'm shy. That's just what I tell myself because, oh, that's my excuse. Well, guess what? This girl is busting through her excuse, and now I tell myself, I'm going to Mel Robbins this. I'm going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to tap that lady on the shoulder, and I'm going to offer her a sample. And if she says no, oh, well, I'm like a waitress at a restaurant offering desserts to everybody. Like, if they say no, I'm not going to take it personal. Guess what? Most of the time, they're going to say yes. I honestly have never had anyone tell me no. They might throw it away, but they don't tell me no in person. So whatever your fear is, whatever it is that's holding you back, whether it's asking people for parties or doing parties. Some people they just feel like, oh, I don't know how to do a party, so I am not going to do a party. Like, I'm not going to ask anyone. Or I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to ask anyone to join. Guess what? Learn with someone. Have someone join you since the beginning and learn with them. Start walking that line with them. There's nothing better than working your business with a friend. I remember when I first met Rachel. We met at an event. We briefly talked. She joined that night. We met up for coffee. I got to know her goals, and then her best friend Teresa joined. They worked their business together. They learned together. They learned about the compensation plan. They learned about like the product. It was amazing to see them bonding over something that now has so much meaning in their lives. You guys, I was there for them as their sponsor and as their leader, but they had each other. They didn't know me. They had just barely met me. Like, it's not the same when you meet someone and when you get to know them and then they join your team. You kind of already have that friendship laid out. They didn't have that with me. So it's very good to, instead of use that as an excuse, like, oh, I'm new at this, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not going to recruit. Use that as your reason to recruit. I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I need my best friend to help me figure this out. Like, you guys, use your excuses, turn them around, and use them to your advantage. If your kids, for example, if you have kids, and I use this a lot because I have kids and I know how hard it is to work your business. If that's kind of like your excuse, use them. Put a picture of them on Facebook with their Scentsy buddy. Put a picture of them with the little body wash, taking a quick bath. Obviously, make sure private parts are not showing. But you guys, use your kids. I don't mean that in a bad way, but use it. Don't let that be your excuse. Take a quick picture with your phone while they're playing with their Scentsy buddy, or while they're sniffing the bars that you're unpacking and you're telling them to stop touching. Take a picture and post it. That will get you more engagement than you posting a picture about a bar. It's more personable. Use your excuses, bust through them, and find a way out. There's no reason why any of you don't deserve success. I might not know all of you personally, and if you're watching this when I upload it and you're not even on my team, I might not know you. But I'm telling you right now, you deserve success. You were put on this earth for a reason, and you came across Scentsy for a reason. So you deserve success. Whoever's telling you that you don't, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. And if they're not important in your life, take them out of your life. You don't need that negativity. You don't need to have anyone telling you what you can and cannot do. You are worth it. Is it hard? Yes. There's times where I still doubt myself. There's times where I still tell myself I'm not a good leader. I'm not a good sponsor. I'm not a good recruiter. I'm not a good partier. Guess what? I lock myself in my bathroom and I grab an expo marker and I start writing on my mirror everything that's negative that I'm telling myself. And then I grab another color and I start telling myself everything that I am, because I know that I am a good leader. I know that I am a good recruiter. I just doubt myself. I know that I am a good partier or a good booking blitz person, however you want to call it. You have to work through that negativity. You have to bust through those excuses. If you don't, they're going to be like heavy chains bringing you down, and eventually your business is going to feel it and you're going to quit. If you started Scentsy for a reason other than you just wanted your stuff for free, you need to bust through those excuses. You need to work on that. Sit down, grab a notebook, and every day think of 3 things that you tell yourself on the negative. Like, for example, I'm not a good communicator, or I am not, I don't know, I'm trying to think of stuff that I have not said already. I'm not a good recruiter, or I am a spender. That's me right here. Guess what? Start telling yourself, I can save money. I don't have to spend money. Or tell yourself, I can share the opportunity. And then you tell yourself that, you write it out. I think the exercise is to write it out 20 times. I have a notebook somewhere in my house that has a bunch of that back and forth. You write it out 20 times and you tell yourself that, because your mind is going to start believing it and you're going to start seeing the results. You're going to start seeing that positivity in your mind. And guess what? Maybe today it's hard for you to bust through those excuses. Maybe it's today you're like, oh, I much rather play Candy Crush than do follow-ups. Well, guess what? You're letting Candy Crush be the excuse while you're not seeing the PRV, while you're not seeing the sales in your workstation, in your business. You're letting Netflix be your excuse. Why? Because you're scared, or because you just don't want to put yourself out there to get that no. Do you know how many times I've done follow-ups and I've gotten like, I don't need anything, or I don't get a response? You guys, brush it off. Don't take it personal. You are a business person, whether you're just barely starting out or you've been at this for a long time. You're a business person. You're going to hear no's. You're going to hear yeses. You're going to be ignored at times. But you have to realize why you're doing it. Why did you join? And that why will help you bust through those excuses if you make that why very solid and very strong. Sometimes I feel like we kind of put like a little layover on why. Like, oh, I'm doing this for extra money. Okay. What is that extra money going to do for you? Is it going to pay the bills? Is it going to allow you to go shopping? Is it going to allow you to travel? Is it going to put your kids through college? Dig deep. Dig deep. Don't be afraid of vulnerability, you guys. Don't be afraid to open up and really search deep down as to why you're doing Scentsy. Some of you guys might not even want the money. Maybe you guys want the recognition because you don't have that around you in your life. Maybe you want the friendships. The other day I was talking with my husband about a situation I was going through, and I told him, I was like, wow, like I just realized how badly I want friends. Like, I mean, I have friends that I don't, it's not that I don't have friends. I do have friends, but you know, like there's times where you meet someone and like you just go through all this stuff with them because you want that friendship, right? Like there's something missing and you just want to fill that void. Guess what, you guys? I had to sit down with myself and just like wake up and say, hey, like, what is going on? What is going on? And why do you feel like this? We have to do that with ourselves, you guys, because no one's going to do that. Everybody's quick to bring you down. They're quick to like make you crash and say, you can't do that. You're just 22 years old. You can't do that. You're a single mom. You can't do that. You didn't go to college. Well, guess what? You can do that because for some reason, God gave you life. God gave you strength. God gave you Scentsy for a reason. I do not believe that we cross paths with people for just no simple reason. I feel like we cross paths with people for a reason. Either we're there to be friends with them for a particular reason, or we're there to teach them something, or we're there to learn something from them. We cross paths with people for a specific reason. So if you came across Scentsy, it's for a reason. There's a purpose. Whether you're supposed to learn something, whether you're supposed to grow, whether Scentsy is going to bring something into your life that you are missing, you are here for a reason. So think of that, remember that, and when you are sitting there thinking, I can't do this because whatever, say it to yourself, no. There's a purpose, there's a reason, so I need to find a way around this excuse that I'm giving myself. There has to be a way that I can do this because it came into my life for a reason. You guys, sometimes we have to sacrifice. I have sacrificed girls' night out. I have sacrificed friends. I have sacrificed money that I could have been spending on something else because I had to buy things for my business. I have sacrificed, like, literally had to tell my parents, like, I can't do that on that day because I have an event or I have a party. Like, either you guys change it or I can't be there. Like, I have sacrificed. I have sacrificed early mornings. Like, I am not a morning person. There's days out of my week that I wake up at 5:45 in the morning to work my business before my family's up. There are nights where my family goes to bed and I stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning working my business. Because if I don't get it done at that time, guess what? I'm not going to cancel my Disney trip. I'm not going to cancel pool time with my family because my family comes first. But then my business got neglected. And guess who that hurts? That doesn't hurt my sponsor. that doesn't hurt my team. It hurts me. It hurts you when you don't get it done. Yeah, we talk about team numbers, we talk about promotions, and yeah, nobody can do this business and move up the ladder by themselves. But guess what? Whether you're sitting on your couch playing Candy Crush or building your business, your sponsor or somebody else is making it happen. They're not going to let you stop them. I have heard every excuse in the book. I have heard people tell me, oh, I'm not going to join because I work 40, 50 hours a week. Guess what? I know superstar directors that made it to superstar director working 60, 70 hours a week while having kids, while being married. They didn't let that stop them. They didn't let that excuse determine what they could achieve. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Don't let your excuse determine what you can achieve. Bust through them. Write them down. Whatever you're telling yourself that you cannot do, write them down. And then change your mindset from I can't do this because this to I can and I'm going to find a way. And if you need guidance, reach out to your sponsor. Find an accountability partner. An accountability partner is the best thing I could have done when I was at SFR last year. I was at SFR in Anaheim and I was talking with Beth, and Beth was like, I have done $2,000 in sales plus like every month that I've been with Scentsy. And I'm like, what? Like, I've only done that once in like 5 years. Like, how do you do this? You know, guess what? I told her, I was like, do you mind if like I text you every day and like, you just hold me accountable? You guys, out of the year that it's going to be in July, I've done it about 6 or 7 months. It happened once in 5 years. And in 1 year, I've done it 6 or 7 months. Why? Because I had an accountability partner holding me accountable to what I was doing to get to that $2,000 a month. What I thought was impossible now comes easy to me because I bust through my excuses. I want you guys to know that I love you guys. I would not be where I am without my team, without my accountability partners, without my Scentsy sisters that have helped me along the way. I love, 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 love this company. I love the opportunity that we have. I might be like blunt and cold sometimes, you guys, but it comes from a good place because I want to see you guys succeed. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute if you guys have any questions. How do I do this? There we go. Did I do? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Ashley just jumped off. But is there any questions that you have? Because you're the only one on right now.
I don't think so.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome.
Did you see me? I was like this.
Yeah. I know. I was like, preach. I know. I feel like I do that sometimes. I'm like watching like a Facebook live live training, and I'm like, preach, sister. Like, come on. Like, I'm like, you can't see me, but I'm over here like, you're saying exactly what I need to hear. Like, just keep it going, keep it flowing. But it is so true. Like, I see so many people like just stop themselves with all these excuses that I'm like, seriously? Like, I don't mean to sound like a total brat, but yeah, no, I'm not buying it because I have like 2 little ones that are 5 and under. My daughter does dance. We're at church, this and that. I'm like, and I'm still making it happen. So no.
I'm the
Next reason why you think you're not successful, you know?
same way.
Yep. But alrighty, it's gonna cut us off in a minute or two.
Okay. Just a total random question. How do you change your business page name? It wasn't letting me do it on my phone, so I'm trying to figure out how to do it on my computer.
I've always done it on my phone.
It was saying like, oh, this is no longer available. And I'm like, I can't change my name. Like,
let's see. I went to my page and then I clicked on more, and then on the bottom it says edit page. And then page info, and then it brings up, you can't see it, but it brings up like about, and it has like the name, category, website, description, all that stuff. So like I clicked on, I'll send you screenshots.
Okay. Yeah, because I tried to do it on my phone, but it wasn't working. So I was like, well, maybe it'll work on my computer. And then it doesn't even give you that option on your computer. So weird. Facebook's so weird.
Yeah, and they keep changing everything. Like I finally get it down, and then it's like, oh, no, you decided to change on me again. But yeah, I just found that like I clicked on more, and then on the bottom it says edit page. And when I click on that, there's like page header, and it says page info, and then it has like about where you can change the name.
So weird. Yeah, I'll have to play with it some more.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to record. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So if anybody that wants to watch the replay, they can. You can watch the replay on it if they missed it. Since not everybody jumped on. But all right, girl. Thanks for joining us tonight. Oh,